U.S. forces are applying lethal pressure to sever the maritime pipelines supplying illicit drugs to the American homeland. In less than a year, this aggressive posture has cut narco-terrorist vessel traffic across key transit corridors by up to 25%. This is a definitive pivot away from traditional law enforcement interdiction toward a zero-tolerance military offensive, neutralizing threats thousands of miles before they cross U.S. borders. On May 4th and 5th, 2026, Joint Task Force Southern Spear launched a pair of coordinated strikes against vessels operating in both the Eastern Pacific and the Caribbean. Intelligence verified that these targets were operated by designated terrorist organizations traveling along established smuggling routes. The operations resulted in 5 narco-terrorist operatives killed, multiple vessels destroyed, and 0 U.S. military casualties. Cartels moving illicit cargo on the water now face the exact same rules of engagement as recognized terror networks. These recent engagements are components of Operation Southern Spear, a continuous offensive that activated in September 2025. Executed under the direct authority of General Francis L. Donovan, the mandate covers all military operations and partnerships across Latin America and the Caribbean. Since the campaign began, U.S. forces have executed more than 50 lethal strikes against these networks. The human toll on the trafficking infrastructure is severe, with at least 186 target operatives eliminated or presumed dead. The continuous operational tempo proves the United States is systematically degrading the network's manpower, rendering maritime smuggling an effectively unsurvivable profession. Acting Assistant Secretary of War Joseph M. Humire validated the operation's returns during recent testimony before the House Committee on Armed Services. This chart maps the drop in maritime drug traffic, showing a 20% reduction of vessel movements in the Caribbean corridor alone. Looking at the adjacent data column, the Eastern Pacific shows an even steeper decline, with traffic plummeting an additional 25%. Because these two maritime zones operate as the primary feeder routes into the United States, neutralizing them at sea directly suffocates the volume of drugs flooding American communities. The Eastern Pacific and the Caribbean Sea are no longer permissive transit environments for smuggling operations. This territorial denial was accomplished through the sustained application of direct, lethal military force. By treating the narco-trafficking supply chain as a hostile military target, Operation Southern Spear is actively securing the U.S. homeland at the source.